Hello. So it's another sit down video. I bet you've missed these. I wanted to do a little bit of a different video today. It's not going to be anything dramatic. There's no drama. There's no exposing of anybody. There's nothing inherently bad about what I'm going to be talking about. But the thing that I'm going to be talking about is kind of close and near and dear to me, and is certainly something that I am funny about talking about in general. I am going to be talking about weight loss and my weight, and how I am hyper aware of how I look. I am hyperly aware to the point where when I'm editing, um I don't really like to look at myself. I don't really like to see who is on the other side of that camera. I'm not fond of how I look for myself. Other people have different opinions about how I look. I have my best friend who says that I'm beautiful, who is amazing, and she's just a generally awesome person, so she's gonna say that. And my partner, my current partner, he tells me that I'm beautiful and celebrates with me when I lose a bit of weight, which is what I'm going to talk about. So, since August, I have been on a diet that I mentioned in some subtitles in a previous video, that I was on a diet called intermittent fasting, which is basically you eat one day and then the next day you don't. You have a time threshold in which you are to keep food away from your face hole. And basically, it's just from the beginning of a day until around about 9 p.m. That is like how I work it, because I have a job, I work for a living, and so I have to be at my optimum self in order to do my job. I just don't eat anything. I drink a lot of water and I drink a bit of tea, and I get on with stuff during the day, and then I get real hungry around about 9 p.m. and I eat something. It's something very small, to be fair, very calorically low. The carbs are very low in what I eat. It's usually something like an avocado or some toast, or I eat a piece of fruit or some fruit and yogurt, or I drink a smoothie or a salad. I don't eat anything calorically high, essentially. It's usually a salad. Tomatoes, lettuce, the usual stuff. And then on days where I eat, I just eat a normal. For me, normal is like 2 meals a day. I don't eat breakfast. I'm not really a breakfast person. I'm not really fond of it, so I don't really eat it, which I'm sure is bad, and I'm sure that people in the comments will say that it's bad that I don't eat that I don't eat breakfast. But the reason that I am on such a strict regime for my diet and everything is twofold. Number one, my doctor said I had to lose weight. There you go, doc, I'm doing it. And number two, I saw a video and was self-shamed into losing weight, which I have done, by the way. I have lost a bit of weight. I'm still losing it. It takes a little while for me to lose weight, but I am in the process of doing that, and it's going well. Every month, one of my friends called Emily, who's one of my IRL friends, she has like a wellness retreat at her house once a month. She didn't have one last month because she was busy and couldn't. There was a lot of stuff going on, whether it be Halloween or she just had a lot of stuff at work and all that kind of stuff, so she couldn't do one last month. But August, September, and this month, she's got another one coming up, and I'm going to be going to that one. But I've been going since August, and she filmed quite a bit of it, first of all. But one portion that she filmed was us doing yoga, and I watched it, which is not a good idea when you have a thing called body dysmorphia. I'll put what that means on the screen. But essentially it just means that you look in the mirror and you see something a little bit that you don't like. I have in my brain morphed myself in the mirror and in videos into something that I don't like looking at. And so when I watched the video, which was a detriment, I went, oh shit, I need to lose weight. That was like that was the only thing that was on my mind whilst I was watching it. Not, oh, that was such a good experience, or I really enjoyed my time with my friends and got to meet new people and had such a good time. It was, oh man, I look horrible. I looked unhealthy. I was the picture of unhealthy, and I didn't have a good routine down. I was very much at my worst, that's for sure. I wasn't as bad as I was last October or last year or the beginning of this year even. I was, I guess, a little better, but I was not anywhere near in good health. My gut health was horrible. I wasn't sleeping right. I was spending a lot of my time gaming and sitting on my ass and doing nothing. I wasn't walking. I wasn't doing anything basically to better my health. These days, different story, but I'll get to that in a minute. I was just the picture of an unhealthy person. And it kind of hit me that even if I lose weight and the pain doesn't subside, which it hasn't, by the way, I've lost quite a bit. People have mentioned I've lost quite a bit of weight. And back pain and arm pain and just leg pain, all of the stuff that I have been having issue with the past few years has not gotten any better. It hasn't improved. It has only stayed the same. And that's not good. I looked in it and I was like, I need to change some things, even if it's just so that I look better and feel better. Even if it doesn't improve my pain, it will at least alleviate gut health issues and will make me feel better about myself, and I will look better. It wasn't completely aesthetically a thing. It wasn't like an aesthetic thing. It was very much like, I need to be healthy. I need to like get better for myself, and also for, like, to a certain extent it was not to put it too bluntly, I want to look better for my partner so that when he's in bed with me, it's a better experience for him, because not only will I be fitter and there'll be less of me, but also I will be able to do things that I wasn't able to do when he was here in October. I just wasn't a good bedfellow. I don't want to go into like the specifics of our intimate life, but all I'll say is I felt like I was very boring, and I felt like I felt heavy, and I felt disgusting, and I was at my worst with my body dysmorphia. I was at my worst at weight, and I hated how I looked, and I hated how I felt, and I don't like it when my body's like that, because it it sucks the life out of me, and I have not felt good for many years. I was at my worst last year, and he came at like the worst time because I was just not feeling good, and I wasn't looking good, and I wasn't healthy. I wasn't taking care of my diet. Since last October, I have cut out gluten. I have cut out lactose. I have switched to a lactose-free milk, a lactose-free cheese. Because I can't get rid of cheese. I love cheese too much. I have switched to a majority veggie diet with some meats. There are certain meats that I can't eat because I haven't got the enzymes in my body to like digest them, essentially, aka beef. I can't digest beef. For the life of me. I don't know why. I get really bad indigestion with beef. I can't eat it. I do eat chicken, but I only eat certain parts of the chicken because I like it when the meat is juicy and is soft. I like the dark meats, which is like drumsticks and stuff like that. So we get like chicken legs and stuff, and I really love them. I have completely stopped getting takeaways. I haven't gotten a takeaway in so long. It's been so long. It's been at least a couple of months, maybe more. Now and again a takeaway is okay, but I was getting a takeaway every month, twice a month. and it wasn't good. And it was really bad for me. And if it's like my birthday or something, I'll go ham on fucking food, dude. I'm gonna eat food because it's my birthday or Christmas. Like, I do that. You know, we didn't get any sweet treats or anything for Halloween. I've not had like a fully like, you know, like a I haven't had like a bar of chocolate or anything like that in a very long time. I get gluten-free treats now and again. Like, I'll get some like chocolate cake bars that are gluten-free and free from like milk products and gluten and all that kind of stuff. And they're very nice, don't get me wrong. I just don't get them very often because I'm not a sweet tooth. I'm very savory. Very, very savory. If I'm going to get something sweet, it's got to have fruit in it. If I'm given a choice of some cut up mango or a chocolate muffin, I'll go for the mango every time. I'll be like, the mango, please. Yes, yes, yes. Give, give, give. I eat a lot more fruit and veg these days than I do sweet treats. Because I used to have a sweet tooth, but as I've gotten older, I feel like this is the same for like every person who's pushing 30, which is, I'm pushing 30. Everybody who is pushing 30 has probably got the same experience as I have, which is their sweet tooth and their appetite has severely dropped and is just not there anymore. I just don't have much of an appetite. I have a select few things that I will eat, and that's it. I have select meals that I will eat because, you know, unless my mum does a full roast, and then it's like, hell yeah, this is like my life. This is the life. I love it. I love the veggies. If my mum does like because she did like a nice like shepherd's pie the other day, it was tasted so good. And it had like beautiful like lamb mince, and we had some lovely mashed potato on top with some carrots and onion and like just a bunch of stuff in it, and it was tasty as hell. I loved it so much. It was really, really nice. I got a bit of indigestion from the meat because I always do. It's just one of those things. But you have to eat meat. You have to eat a certain amount of meat if you aren't replacing the meat with another veggie. And because I wasn't replacing anything with any vegetables with the meat or anything like that, I had to eat the meat, and that was okay because I loved it. It tasted very good, and she put cabbage with it. I ate the cabbage first because I like cabbage. I like anything veggie and I like anything fruit. But that's all to say, I have lost a little bit of weight. I am aware of some physical features that show up whenever I film a video. I'm aware of them. Trust me, I'm aware of them. I see them every day. They are there. I see them. I'm not just talking about my really good rec. I'm not just talking about that. I'm talking about my neck. Now, here's the thing. Surprisingly enough, you may not be able to tell, but I mean, I can. But then that's just me, I guess, because I have noticed a few things today that are like, oh wow, I didn't know I had that kind of neck. To be fair, my double chin that I have, like constantly, this thing, yeah, that's a family trait. I will tell you, my arms and like the broadness of my shoulders and the way my back is, and this is majority or like mostly or like all of it is genetics. We come from a line of blacksmiths, and over time some physical traits kind of become a genetic thing. And so because we had ancestors that were blacksmiths, they naturally kind of were born with more broad shoulders. This is a genuine thing. Physical traits can become genetic, especially if the person has worked on it. Swinging a fucking hammer and like heating shit up and having to like bend metal gets your shoulders a bit broad. Not gonna lie to you. And so that's become like a physical trait that genetically we have had to pass on, which is why my back is so broad and looks a bit weird. I understand how weird it looks, trust me. I keep my hair down because I don't know, the back of my head looks weird. I am aware of how my arms are. Bingo wings! But again, it's kind of genetic because my mum has the same thing as well as my biological sperm donor, so So it's kind of genetic on both sides. So I've got double indemnity. I am trying to work with some weights to try and alleviate some of the wingage that I have on my arms. However, it's just one of those things, I guess, in it. But the thing that I am most self-conscious about and am very aware of is the double chin. I am very aware of it. I'm so self-conscious about it. Apparently it disappears at some point because all of the women of my family and all the guys, I feel like, have all had the same thing, and a lot of them have gotten rid of it or are growing beards to cover it. I can't grow a beard, obviously. I am a female. However, my brothers have both grown facial hair in order to hide the double chin that is just naturally there from our mum. So no matter how hard I work, I will always have a slight double chin. It's just naturally there. Although, to be fair, I have to work harder and harder to make it happen. Or if the camera's too low, then it's like it's there in it. My side profile is weird. I understand that. Trust me. I know. I look at my videos. I have to. I edit them. Suffice to say, I have lost a little bit of weight since the beginning of the year. I was looking back at my video because I do a yearly video of like looking back on the previous year, and at the beginning in January I did a 2024 like rewind, essentially, where I just went through everything that happened in 2024 that was either good or bad and talked about it, and just kind of went through the entire year. Last year was a bit boring. I discovered how boring last year was when I watched the video back, but I also saw how chubby my face used to be and how much weight I had. Even in my shoulders, I had so much more weight than I do now. I'm trying very, very hard to not put myself down so much and to try and give myself just a little bit of a break, because I know how I'm seen and I know how people see me, and I know that it can be difficult to look in the mirror and to see something that you're not happy with. But please remember, if you are also suffering from body dysmorphia, this won't help, by the way. I know that what I'm about to say won't help, and it's always going to be a problem. But it will start to ease and it will start to fade a little bit. I'm starting to understand that I will never look how I would like to look. I am never going to be that person who tries to self-improve my body by going and getting shit put in my body or taken out of my body. I have nothing against people who go through operations in order to self-improve. I will never ever put down a woman who wants to do that. I just personally never would. If you want to, good for you. You go for it. I personally will never try and self-improve through operations. I will always strive to do it naturally, and if I don't turn out the way that I really want to turn out, it's just how my body is built. Your body is going to mature, your body is going to change as you get older, depending on how your lifestyle is. I've just made improvements on my lifestyle, and it has shown both in my skin and in my body. And my gut health has improved, and me as a person mentally I've improved, and I'm rediscovering myself in a way that's healthy and is good for me. Body dysmorphia fucking sucks, dude. I know how much it sucks because I have it, but don't let the body dysmorphia always rule your life. As a rule, I try and not let it destroy me mentally, but it's very difficult when you look in the mirror and you look in your video or whatever, when you're editing or whatever, and you see something different to what other people see. It's crazy because I literally sent a video to my best friend and my partner and said, hey, this is crazy because I'm wearing this shirt. This is the last thing I'll talk about, but I'm wearing this shirt. This shirt used to be tight on me. If you would look back on photos of me wearing this shirt, it was tight as fuck on me. And now I've had to tuck it in because it's so loose on my stomach. Not a joke. Completely real. It's so loose on my stomach. I was like, where has my stomach gone? Or have I just stretched this top out so much that it's like. But no, I've actually lost the weight. I really, really love this top. And it actually made me a little sad that I had lost the weight because my top is now too big for me. And it's like it's too big and I have had to tuck it in, and my mum's gonna have to like take it in at the sides to make it fit a bit better because it's a little loose. It's a little baggy, makes me look a little bigger than I actually am, which is crazy to me that I even have to say that. Weight is so weird for me to talk about because of the things that were said to me as I grew up as a kid. I was always told, and this will always stick in my head for the rest of my life, I was always told that every time I tried to look nice, I looked like a hippopotamus in a tutu. And I was laughed at after they said it. And it was somebody that at the time I trusted, so I believed them. And I listened to them because I believed that I was a hippopotamus in a tutu, which meant that I was a kid with too much weight on. I was chubby. I was not pretty. I wasn't good enough. That was the message I got. And them laughing at me was a turning point to the thing of I don't want to be around you anymore. And it added up over the years of them going, you sure you want to wear that? Or do you want to straighten your hair? Because I think it would look better straight. Or do you want to put a bit of makeup on? I think you might need it, especially for today. Because it was like special occasions. They put makeup on me at the age of like 12, 13. And tell me that I needed makeup because I needed to look nice. I needed to look pretty today. Basically insinuating I wasn't pretty in general. So forgive me if I don't take compliments. Forgive me if I don't say thank you after a compliment and just kind of grumble at you and say no, because I don't believe people. Even my partner, even my best friend, I don't believe them when they tell me that I'm pretty or that I'm beautiful or that I look good or that that looks really good on you or whatever. I don't believe people. And it's really, really weird to have people tell me that I look good or I look beautiful or I'm pretty or I'm worth it, essentially. Because what they're saying is you are worth it. You are valid. You are loved. That's what they're saying. And it's not something I'm used to. That's for sure. Thanks for sitting in this moment with me. I really appreciate it. If you want to subscribe, you can. If you want to like the video, you can. You can always unsubscribe later, or you can unlike the video later. I don't mind. Be good. Support people. And thank you.